my phone just ended up just breaking down and couldn't handle it.
Oh, baby, it looks like we are going to be joining the very first map of this series, and the first map is going to be Dalaran Sewers. So this is Dalaran Sewers, ladies and gentlemen. It's a smaller map. It's something that is going to be a lot harder. Wait, I only see two. There we go. There we go. So it's a KFC going up against a Restoration Druid. No, wait, what? Wait, what's happening?
It's an LSD.
Oh, it's an LSD. Is it an LSD 2.0?
We are about to find out here.
No, I think it's a. I think it's just a. Yeah, it's just a regular LSD. Yeah, because I don't see an. Oh, there is an Earth Shield. So it's an LSD 2.0. I'm crazy. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we have an LSD 2.0 going up against a KFC. But something to note is that in 6.1, I feel like LSD 2.0 is going to be a lot stronger. Boomkins are getting somewhat of a buff, and Restoration Shamans are getting buffed. So we'll see what happens. But this KFC, I feel like, is going to want to be really aggressive. Looks like the Warlock is going to be the kill target for Don't Spectate or Speculate. Wervenson going out on Dodlers as Miley's in a fear. Dana Owens is now taking so much damage. He's already at... Oh, he's a Destro Warlock. What the heck? Shady Muslim already at low health here. He's at 42% health and he's getting bursted. And that's his regen. His regen is down. He's at 10% health. Master Battle and Rallying Cry comes out. He's in trouble.
Yeah, and the heals did have to come out of Shady Muslim there, and Rallying Cry was going to be the one, and that's a pretty big cooldown there, but it looks like it is going to be enough to top back up. The Cyclone is going to come out on the Shady Muslim there, but one of the crazy things is like Dana Owns is Destruction, and I honestly haven't seen one of these in a long time, and if they're able to utilize Destruction really well, I think it's going to be really good, and it's probably going to make a lot of people want to play Destruction Warlock again. I mean, it's something that people haven't played in a while, simply just because it's not as overpowered as it was in Mists of Pandaria. But it seems like if you play around with it a little bit, you can make it work.
Yeah, Dana Owens now at 60% health. Shady Muslim has used like every defensive cooldown he has. Dana Owens is now taking quite a bit of damage here as Miley just ate a little bit of CC. He's taking so much damage from this warrior constantly. The coil going out into Shady Muslim. They're looking for the Chaos Bolts. One Chaos Bolt. Bash goes out into Shady Muslim. He could be in trouble here. He's at 50% health here. Full Hex goes out into Juggly. And there is the Nature Swiftness topping him right up. Another Chaos Bolt dropping in on him, but not quite that much damage. Man, these Demon Soul Chaos Bolts are so scary. Shady Muslim still sitting at around 60% health here. Chaos Bolts are still coming out. Double Fear going out onto both DPS for What is Fun and Balance. I love that these guys are switching it up. This is a weird composition, and they're making it work. Because Shady Muslim, I mean, this guy has like no defensive cooldowns left, man.
Yeah, they're definitely making it work, putting up a lot of pressure, and Dana Owens is doing a really good job in getting that pressure out. Which is kind of the interesting thing, because I'm so used to commentating Affliction Warlocks where they're just kind of spamming out, trying to get their dots onto the enemy team, which is really scary, especially as as LSD with an Affliction lock. But I think sometimes LSD with a Destruction Warlock can even be scarier, because you have the Chaos Bolt and you have well, it's not an Enhanced Shaman. I was going to say, if it was an Enhanced Shaman, you would have a lot of the procs coming out, and it could be really scary.
Yeah. Shady Muslim now in a stun there. He was taking a little bit of damage, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Dana Owens now has Demon Soul up again. He's looking for the damage. Cyclone's going out onto this KFC, and the Cyclone actually goes out onto the Warrior. Looks like they're going to be switching their damage over to Nick Nice Sack, a Hunter, and he ate 2 Chaos Bolts there, and he's already at half health. There's a big burst heal from Juggly as he's put into a full Cyclone. I love that they're switching it up. If it's not getting killed, it's in CC, and I think that's really smart by this LSD too. Can we even call it that? It's like a burst LSD. It's crazy. Yeah, it's still LSD too though. But yeah, Shady Muslim, look at, oh, he's popping Recklessness now onto Miley, the Restoration Shaman. Miley now taking a lot of damage. He's at 70% health here. But then the Warrior does so much damage to the Resto Shamans when they train him. He's just taking a ridiculous amount of damage. And this LSD too, I think it really do need to peel this Warrior and this Hunter off of their Shaman if they want to go for a longer game. Wervin goes out onto Dodler and a Hex onto Dana Owens, but they're instantly broken out of him. Triple Fear goes out out, and Miley's taking a lot of damage. He's at 60% health, 50% health here, and both his DPS are currently peeled. DR Trap goes out onto Dawdlers as Miley is now put into a full stun. They're getting a lot of pressure out in this Restoration Shaman, and this LSD2 really needs to peel soon.
Yeah, and Dawdlers, I'm hoping he's going to be able to get some off heals onto Miley just to help Miley out just a little bit. The lockout is going to come on onto Dana heals, but Shady Muslim's Rallying Cry actually just came off the cooldown, so it looks like he might be safe here, but he doesn't have a trinket, although a trinket is something that he doesn't really need to worry about up against this comp. I mean, Warlocks have Fear, and you know, Shamans do have Hex, but even though the Hex isn't dispellable, the Hex really isn't that much of anything to really bother that team. Miley is going to be pretty low here, just taking a lot of damage, and he is actually going to take the gateway there, just spam some heals on himself, and he is going to be able to be topped back off. And the Cyclone is going to go on to Nice Sack there. It's just really just kind of putting a huge gap between the Hunter and Miley, so he won't be able to connect there. And so the Stormbolt is going to go on to Miley. He is in a little bit of trouble here. The Cyclone is going to go on to Dawdlers there, not being able to get some heals off or peel for his healer there, but it looks like Miley is going to be able to be okay here.
Yeah, he's okay for now, but he's in an iffy spot right now. He's super vulnerable to this this KFC. The Warrior now in battle stance. Oh, he switches to defensive very quickly. Nice sack, taking a little bit of damage, but looking for that line of he needs to really prevent his healer from overextending or anything like that. Miley looks like he's going to be the kill target for the long haul as he's put into a full stun. Battle stance comes out for the Warrior. He's going to be doing a lot of damage here, but his healer's inside of a solar beam. It's rooted, so he could be in trouble here, but it looks like not enough damage is coming out for Juggly to really worry just yet. But Miley in the middle of the map just taking so much damage from this Warrior Hunter team. There's the Werven going out on the Dawdlers and a trap onto Dana Owens, and double Chaos Bolts coming out onto Shady Muslim. Die by the Sword is forced again, and Juggly is put into a full Cyclone. He could be in trouble here, but Miley on the other hand is already at 33% health and a full Fear goes out onto the onto both of them, but it does get tremored. Miley's at 40% health here, but Shady Muslim also is super low himself, and he's super vulnerable to this Desperation Warlock, man. So Miley now behind the pillar, finally topping himself off, but Shady Muslim's still in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Shady Muslim's gonna put in that Cyclone. Just kind of, it's really nice to get Cyclones onto DPS or anybody for that matter at a low state of health, because it kind of doesn't allow any of the healers to go down. Shady Muslim dipping pretty low here. The Rallying Cry is going to have to come out. If they can keep a lot of the pressure still on Shady Muslim, he could go down, but that is going to be a huge heal actually coming out from Juggly. So he is going to be able to be safe here. And Nice Sack is going to be the target now. And he is going to dip a little bit low there, but he's going to be brought back up. The full trap is going to go onto Dawdlers there. Miley Cyrus and Dana Owens is taking a little bit of damage, but not too much here. Not a scary amount. And we are starting to get a little bit deeper into dampening. So I'm not really sure what to say about this LSD with a Destruction Warlock. I think maybe a little bit later in the game and deeper into dampening, I think they should win, but it's just not, it may not be as scary as an Affliction Warlock, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I feel even though it's crazy that this is an LSD, I still think the advantage goes to the KFC and dampening. As weird as it is, they're just doing so much consistent pressure. That Warrior, it was so funny. He actually used Mass Spell Reflect, Regen, and Rallying Cry when he saw the Chaos Bolts coming out, so he's definitely scared. He's seeing it. Miley now taking a lot of damage. He's at 35% health and just getting tunneled. Chaos Bolts, Demon Souls coming out. Who's it going to go on? Shady Muslim, he's bashed right now at 56% health. Looks like he's going to be okay for now. Nothing too significant. Juggling now in a full Cyclone, so Die by the Sword is forced again. And Die by the Sword, if you guys don't know, it does increase your parry by 100%, but it also reduces your damage. So that's why he's using Die by the Sword as also a defensive against a double caster. But Miley, 50% health here, just getting trained by this Warrior, doing so much damage. 70% health here, and he's just trying to force that Warrior into a spot that he doesn't want to be in by hovering, just sitting on this pillar and line of sighting this Hunter. But this is Recklessness. He's at 40% health here. Is Reckless? Oh, but he gets cloned up. That's a nice clone by Dawdlers. The Gateway comes out from Miley, just trying to make distance between him and this Warrior, but there's Heroic Leap in battle stance, and he's ready to go again. 50% health on Miley right as he unleashes, but there's the Stormbolt, and he's back down to 50% health here, just getting tunneled by this KFC. Nice Sack now in trouble. He got bashed there. He's at 40% health here. A Chaos Bolt coming out. This could be it right here. 16% health. The deterrence is forced, but he's at 5% health, and his healer's in a Cyclone. There's the Link right on top of a beam. Nice Link. Full trap goes out in a Dawdler, but Miley is just still taking consistent pressure from this Warrior.
That was an awesome link right before. Oh, actually, okay, I'll speak later. Miley's dipping really, really low there, but the heal is going to come out. Dollars is going to be cloned up there. He's hopefully going to be able, just kind of rebuffing there, just hopefully going to be able to get some off heals onto Miley. He does 24%. If he gets into 20% range, he can be in execute range there. So hopefully he does not. Hopefully he'll be able to top himself back up. But he dips really low there, 50%. He's at 20%. Is the execute going to be able to come out from Shady Muslim there? It looks like it is going to be able to. He is going to get locked out on that heal there, and he looks like he's just going to go down, and he's going to die in that lockout. And Dollars got a Cyclone onto Nysack there, but it was just too late.
Oh man, definitely a shout out. We're at 23% dampening at this point, and that was incredible. We saw the warrior run it, or I'm sorry, we saw the hunter in a bash at 15% health and getting a deterrence off at 5% health. What a close game. Seriously, solid matchup for both of these teams. Wow.
I honestly, I did not know what to expect out of a Destruction Warlock, or as people are calling it in the chat, a Destoration Warlock, especially because like Affliction that deep into dampening is so scary. But Destruction, I guess it could be scary as well, just depending on the amount of procs or the procs that the Druid gets. But I'm not sure. I mean, Druids do have a lot of AoE dots that go out, so I guess it is pretty scary with a Boomkin.
Now, am I mistaken in saying that that is the second round of the best of 3?
Mm-hmm. No, that was the first round.
Oh, that was the very first round. I'm sorry. So the add-on was incorrect, and so that is going to be. Okay, so this is going to be the second map here. So we're going to see which, for this LSD 2.0, what map they want next. So just stay tuned. Let me just communicate with these guys real quick.
Yeah, so Destruction Warlock and Shaman are just really scary. But the thing about like KFC is with KFC, you can put up a lot of consistent pressure as, you know, as a warrior. They just do so much damage, so much consistent damage. Whereas, you know, you see kind of like a Boomkin and you see a Destruction Warlock. I mean, Destruction, they have a lot of really huge bursts as well. But other than that, I mean, once they kind of run out of embers and they're not able to spam Chaos Bolts, they're just kind of like walking around, just kind of spamming Fear, just kind of waiting for the next setup and just kind of getting the Immolates out, trying to build up their embers. And so it might not be as scary as KFC is, having that much consistent pressure, but it definitely is scary when they do get their cooldowns and they are able to spam out some Chaos Bolts and stuff. But
yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be a big map, man. This is going to be Total Run Arena. So, I'm sorry to say, but unfortunately, my cooldowns haven't been working every game. Have they been working for you?
Yeah, they've been working as soon as I get out of the gates.
Really? So it might be something on my end or something? I might have to re-download it. Might take a little bit of a break after this series. So this is going to be What is Fun and Balance going up against Don't Spectate, Don't Speculate, a KFC going against an LSD 2.0, and this is a bigger map. This is a map where they can kind of spread out. They can kind of turtle it up, and I just feel like the pressure from this KFC feels like is better than the LSD 2.0. So right away, Double Fear going out onto both Miley and Dana Owens, and it looks like who's going to be the kill target for this KFC? It looks like it's going to be the Warlock for now, really trying to prevent those Chaos Bolts as he does get locked out of them. This is Demon Soul though, and Shady Muslim now taking quite a bit of damage here. He does get bashed, and the Chaos Bolt lands, but it's nothing too significant quite yet. Dana Owens, on the other hand, is taking a lot of damage from this warrior. So much damage coming out into Dana Owens. He's just trying to juke. He's just trying to get the damage out, but with a warrior on you, it can be very difficult. There was a full trap. I'm not sure. Oh, it actually got dispelled by the Warlock on Dawdlers. And Dana Owens is just sitting pretty. He's sitting behind the pillar, and I like their positioning so far. Miley now taking some damage. The Restoration Shaman, once again, is going to be the kill target for Don't Speculate or Spectate, and full Rage Bar on Shady Muslim. That's a scary sight for this Restoration Shaman. There is the Storm Bolt, and he knocks him out in the middle map in a better place for this KFC to train him into the ground.
Yeah, that's one thing that the KFC wants definitely is to get the shaman out in the middle of nowhere. It's so much easier for them to target them. Miley's sitting pretty low here. Is the Link gonna have to come out? The small gate, it kind of looked a little bit weird seeing that gate compared to the Miss Pandaria gate. The trap is gonna come out, trying to close the gap a little bit, coming from a nice sack there. He's gonna be putting that full bash, but the heal is gonna come out into Miley. He is gonna be able to top himself back up. It looks like some of the Chaos Bolts are actually gonna come out of Data down there. And actually, the rallying cry just came out of Shady Muslim. Nice sack taking a lot of damage there. So that was a pretty good rallying cry. And Juggly's gonna be able to top him back up. So if you don't know anything about rallying cry, once you pop rallying cry, it is a buff of health and it gives you extra health, and once it fades you lose that health. So if you're at a low state, then you're just going to be able to die simply from using rallying cry. So it could be detrimental, but Juggly is going to be able to top his team back off there, so it's not going to have to be a worry.
Jeez, nice act, just almost flopped there. Dawdler's now in a Werven Sting, gets dispelled. Looks like this team's going to be okay for now, but at any minute this LSD2 can just set up crazy amounts of damage where just... And these guys are overlapping defensive cooldowns, but almost they have to. Miley now taking a lot of damage from this KFC. This predictable damage. Triple fear going out onto Wada's Fun and Balance, and Miley's in some trouble. There's the DR trap out of the fear onto Dawdlers, and a Hex onto Dana Owens. They're trying to cross CC as best they can, as this is recklessness on top of Miley, and Miley just sitting in the middle of the map. He has to use his Hellstone. He's just trying to kite as best he can. Nice act now in a bash. It looks like he's not going to be getting a lot of Chaos Bolts, but they're getting locked out. The KFC is doing a really good job being aware of those Chaos Bolts and trying to prevent them, and nice act looks like he's going to be okay for now. He's just line of sighting as much as he possibly can. Dana Owens is looking to land a Chaos Bolt though, and a Chaos Bolt looks like it's going to land on a Shady Muslim right outside of that Cyclone. Nice synergy between him and his partner there, but not a significant enough damage for them to go defensive quite yet.
Yeah, so Dana Owens trying to get some fears out there. The Wyvern is going to come out into Dawdlers, and the full trap is actually going to land on the Dana Owens. Again, Miley being the target here, so they're just trying to CC some of the DPS here, because some of the DPS, they have a lot of strong CC. I mean, Cyclone and Fear do DR, but it still is a lot of CC. The Hex is going to come on to Dana Owens there, but looks like he is going to be taken out of that. Miley Cyrus at 40%, sitting pretty low here, 30%. If he gets down to 20%, again, the Shady Muslim is going to be able to get some executes out there. Dawdler's trying to spam some Cyclones. He is going to land one on the Shady Muslim, which is going to be a lot of pressure coming off of Miley. Like I said last game, Shady Muslim, just warriors in general, do a lot of consistent damage, and it's really scary for shamans, especially as KFC. Miley is going to be able to top himself back up here, just spamming the healing waves. Looks like he's not going to get that one off. Dana Owens just kind of like throwing some AoE out for some of the extra damage there. Shady Muslim taking a little bit of damage, but not so much. Miley is actually going to bring a huge heal onto himself and just top himself back up. Shady Muslim, it looks like, is still going to be the target. The full bash is going to come out on Nysec there, sitting at 70%. Dana Owens trying to get some Chaos Bolts out there, but the fear is going to come out into Dana Owens, and it is a warrior fear, so it is not going to be able to be dispelled unless tremored by Miley.
Yeah, Miley's still taking a lot of damage from the KFC, but nothing too significant, as his DPS was doing a whole bunch of damage. Hex going out, trying to CC. Oh, Chaos Bolt landing on the Shady Muslim. Shady Muslim is taking a crazy amount of damage, but he's overextending and pushing in onto Miley. Is that the right choice? It looks like Miley is the one taking the bad end of this exchange. Is he at 45% health here? And Shady Muslim is super offensive here. Full Cyclone goes out in a Juggly, but the Warrior is going to be okay for now. Miley's just constantly taking so much pressure, but he wants to keep him out in the open. He wants him to be in line of sight of both of his DPS, because they could just burst him down at any moment. But these Chaos Bolts are getting interrupted quite often, so great job for Spectate and Speculate. They're just trying to prevent those, because that's really the game maker. Miley just gets out of that stun, is at 50% health here, trying to get into a better position.